Hello and welcome back to 30 days of AWS Terraform. My name is Piyush. This is day 17. In this video, we'll be doing another mini project, and that mini project will be about blue-green deployment in AWS using Terraform. So yes, we'll package the application, we'll deploy the application in S3 bucket. We'll upload the code zip file in S3 bucket, and then we'll deploy that in multiple environments like blue-green environments using Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, so if you have not subscribed the channel, please do so. Please support the channel, and please like, comment, and share it with your friends and colleagues so that others can also take advantage of this learning opportunity. We are doing this as a learning challenge, and learning challenge has to be done in a group, not individually. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We have to run together to achieve the same goal. Okay, so yeah, enough motivation talk. I'm not sure if even that was motivating, but I just tried from myself. So let's get into the video and let's start understanding this. Okay, so this diagram looks pretty simple, but it's not that simple because I have just included a few details over here, right? So it's not the whole picture that we'll be doing. Firstly, we'll start with uploading the application to the S3 bucket. As you can see, we'll upload the application to S3 bucket, then we'll deploy it in multiple environments, blue and green. So what exactly is the blue-green deployment? I have shared one video about the deployment strategies as the prerequisite in day 0 video. So I'm sure you would have watched it, and if not, you would already probably know what exactly is a blue-green deployment. It's basically a deployment strategy in which this is, let's say, your production environment, which is blue over here. This is your live production environment, right? Where your users is getting the traffic from, and this is the active production environment. Now, similar to this blue, you create another environment and call it green. So this is an identical production environment. Okay, this is just like a copy of production with users with the same infrastructure, same configuration. Everything has to be same. And why we are doing this? Because when we create a green environment, now we don't have to touch the blue environment for any deployments, any patching, any changes. Whatever changes we have to do, we can just do it directly over here on the green environment. And then we create or we do something called as swap. What it will do? This swap will make the green as blue and blue as green. Okay, so it will just swap between production. You can consider this as a staging environment or pre-prod environment. Now you are making your pre-prod as prod, and prod will become pre-prod. So let's say this blue has version 1.0. Okay, now when you created an identical environment, definitely it will also have the version 1.0. Okay, you've tested it and you've verified everything, it is working as expected. Now instead of this 1.0, you have created another release 2.0 on this green environment. Okay, and you have tested everything, you have done the performance testing or whatever test cases you have completed that. Now this green will become 2.0, and when you do the swap, now this active link over here will move from here to here, right? And this standby link will go over here. Oops, it's not letting me. No. Okay, so some issues with it, uh, but you got the point, right? Let me try to fix this first. Somehow it is attached to it and it's not letting me change the association. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, now you got the point. Now this, and I'll create a new arrow. Okay, now it's done. Okay, you see now this green will become active with an updated version 2.0. This blue had 1.0 version. So now there are two things, whether you can just upgrade this environment and make it 2.0 and then do the swap again, or you can just destroy this environment and use this as the live production environment. But now this will become blue. Okay, so now this will become blue and this will become green. So this is your new blue environment with up-to-date version. So what was the main benefit of doing this, we made the changes on non-live environment. Okay, the environment that was not really used by publics, and then we made the swap. So it currently had no downtime or maybe minimum downtime. The only time that it required was when we were in the process of doing the swap. So with the swap, meaning we are just changing the DNS entries. Okay, earlier it used to point to blue.com, now it is pointing to green.com, and then we did the DNS entry change. So whatever traffic was coming to blue.com, it is coming to green.com now, but the name is the same. Like, user would not have any visibility what is happening in the background. So it's one of the deployment strategy. It is one of the most common deployment strategy that we use in production these days, and it help us save a lot of cost. Like, it cannot be used everywhere, because sometimes you have to roll out your release to a subset of users, which is also called canary deployment, and there are other strategies as well. So based on the requirement, we use this. Okay, so let's move ahead and let's see that in action. So here is the GitHub repository, and this is day 17. So let me just start by doing a git clone of this repo. Okay, I'll do the git clone and I explain the important parts. So let's go ahead and terminal, and let's set the alias as well. Okay, where am I? In day 17. Now let's do a git clone of this. Okay, now over here we need to go to lessons and then day 17 folder. Okay, lessons, oops, Terraform, lessons, and day 17. All right, so as you can see, it has two app versions so that we can test the deployment. And then there is a blue environment.tf. The blue environment will have blue environment related configuration, and then there is the green environment. So we are creating an S3 object with 𝗵_v1.zip. This is our code package, and then we are uploading it to a S3 bucket. Okay, then we have not created the package yet, so we'll create that shortly. Then we are creating an Elastic Beanstalk application with a version v1. Okay, we are providing the description that this is application version v1 1.0, which is initial release, and this will make this blue environment as the live production environment. Okay, so now it will have multiple environments. Okay, so it will have a solution stack name. This will come from the variable. Then this is your web tier. It will have some IAM settings, like which instance profile you need to use, and like auto scaling configuration and so on, right? So you will provide all the settings at different levels, right? There is the settings for instance, there is setting for load balancer, auto scaler. So make sure you know how Elastic Load Balancer works before getting into this, otherwise it will become difficult, right? And then it has this auto scaling settings, which is, let's say, minimum size is 1 and maximum size is 2. Then there are health checks. There are health check path over here on the / repository, and this is the health check port, which is 8080. Some environment variables and deployment policy. Let's say we are doing a rolling restart. So all the Elastic Beanstalk specific details will be here, and these are the tags. So tags, we have seen this merge function before, which is used to merge multiple maps into a single variable tags. So var.tags, and then it has environment blue, role is production. This is blue. Similarly, we have green environment. Now green environment will have application version v2. Why? Because we need to make the swap, we need to make the changes, and as I've told you, you first deploy the identical production environment, then deploy the latest code on that. So this is what we are doing over here, right? It will have similar specification, it's just the newer code. Okay, then we have main.tf over here. It has providers, and then it has IAM role for Elastic Beanstalk EC2 instances, because Beanstalk should have role to access your EC2 instances to make the changes, right? Then you attach the manage policy for web tier, for worker tier, and for multi-container Docker and so on, instance profile. Okay, and then we have IAM role for Elastic Beanstalk service. We have seen this function before, which is JSON encode, and which will have the allowed policy, right? So this function will parse the JSON and will provide it to this assume role policy variable, right? Then we attach the health check reporting, update policy, and Elastic Beanstalk application. Okay, this will be your demo application. Then there is S3 bucket for application versions. We are creating the bucket over here. In that blue environment, green environment TF, we've created the bucket objects, but here we are creating the buckets. Then we are blocking the bucket access, public access, because we need to keep the bucket private. It's for our code repository, right? And then there is just data source for AWS account. We have some output variables, which is application name, blue environment URL, C name, green environment, and so on. Like many output variables. And these are some just printed instructions of step-by-step demo, how you can do that, how you can verify, how you can do the swap, and so on. And then we have so swap, you can do it from the UI, you can do it from CLI, you can do it from Terraform. There are multiple ways of doing that. Then we have package application. So this there's a small script which will help you package your code. It will create a zip of your folder, and when you use the Terraform, it will upload that package to the S3 bucket. Okay, so we'll start it. If you go to the repository, you can just start with doing the package. Where it is, day 17. Let's go inside this. Okay, so over here you can just start. If you are on Windows, you can use ps1 script, which is for PowerShell. And if you are on Linux or Mac, you can just use the .sh1, and then you can run init apply, init plan and apply, and then you can start the testing. Let's have a look. So what I'm doing is, this is over here. Oh, it doesn't have the execute permission, so make sure you provide the execute permission. Oh, not this one. 775 and package apps. Now let's execute this. It says okay, package successfully. So you would see the zip files created over here somewhere. Where it is, why I don't see it? Let's see. Yeah, over here it's for v1, and for v2 is over here, right? So it did the zip and it deleted the folder content. Okay, it says success, and yeah, and now you can just start running the tf init and apply after that. So I did init, and then you can just do tf plan to see what all changes will be happening and if there are any errors. Okay, no errors. It's just providing the output plan, and then run tf apply. Okay, I'm just gonna pause the recording while it's starting up. All right, so after some time, it has been completed. So let's check it out. Now it says so here are the steps. Here are the URLs as well. So let's go ahead and check the DNS for our Blue app, the Blue production app, which is this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. Let's go over here and let's paste this. Okay, it says welcome to the blue green deployment demo. This is version 1.0. Okay, and it is providing some metadata like server time, host name, etc. And it says this is the current production environment running stable version 1.0 of the application. Let's go ahead over here and let's verify the green environment as well. .com. Okay, so let's hit enter, and this should be a green environment with version 2.0. Okay, it says it is in the status staging, and these are the new features released in version v2.0. Okay, so this is green, this is blue. Blue is 1.0, which is the live production environment. Green is 2.0, which is the staging environment, but identical to production, but an up-to-date version or updated version and the later version of the production environment, which we need to test. So this is where we need to test it out. We need to run some benchmarks. We need to check if it is working fine for everything, and then we'll make the swap. Okay, so now this is the time where we make the swap. So let's go ahead over here and search for Beanstalk. As I've told you, there are multiple ways of doing the swap. So one way is from the UI or from the console. So let's go inside and let's go into the Blue app. Okay, and there are all the details over here, like what has been done, the health checks and all the things. And then if you go to actions, there is an option which says swap environment domain. Let's click on that. Okay, and let's select the environment. Now it is showing there is a green environment available for you to swap. So let's select this one, and it says it will modify the route 53 DNS configuration. So if you are okay with that, hit swap. Okay, so once you hit the swap, it will take some time and you can verify the progress. Let me see from where we can verify the progress. My Blue app. Oh, it says completed swapping CNAME. So it might have done that already, but maybe these records will take some time to propagate. So wait for a few minutes and then try to test it out. Now this was blue, okay, version 1.0. Now we did the swap. So let's hit refresh over here. Now it become green. Okay, so blue will become green with 2.0. And if we check this one, which was green, now this will become blue. Okay, so we did the swap. Now this is your green environment is version 2.0, but it is on blue green, like Blue app. It is there in the Blue app. If you can see, the URL is blue. Over here it is green. Okay, I hope you are not confused. I hope you are getting the point. What we are doing, this is exactly what we discussed over here that we are going to do, and this is exactly what we did. Okay, so we deployed version 1.0 on Blue. I'm explaining this again because I think this could be confusing if you are not aware of the concept. So I'm just gonna explain it one more time. Okay, so blue is 1.0, green is 2.0. That was in the beginning. Then we did the swap. Now this blue will become 2.0. Okay, and this will become 1.0. This was because this is now blue environment. We did the swap, right? So now over here, your Blue app, which is your live production app, let's say Amazon.com. This is what you have deployed to. Now your Amazon.com has the version 2.0, and the version that you had earlier, which was pointing to, now that will become Amazon.com/staging, the earlier version 1.0 of Amazon.com. Okay, so this is how it works in the real time. Now make sure, you can go through the documentation, you can go through the GitHub repository. We have added a ton of detail for you to learn and understand. But I think these things will be beneficial. These things will be, and yeah, again, one more thing. So you can also do the rollback. Let's say your newer application is not working fine, it has some issues. So you can instantly roll back by doing the swap again. Once you do the swap again, blue will become green, green will become blue, and your code will be reverted. Okay, so let's just do the Terraform destroy before I forget, and make sure you also does the same. And yeah, basically that's it from this video that I wanted you to show. And make sure you go through the GitHub repository and make sure you complete the assignment given in day 27 folder. Try it out yourself, try to write the code yourself. Let me know if you are facing any issues, or let us know in the Discord community as well. We have a dedicated community in our Discord channel, so someone will help you out. Yeah, but try it out yourself first and then let us know if you are facing any issue. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good learning experience. I will see you tomorrow with another video. Thank you.